Okay, so I've got my brush, I've got my paper, got my water, and I've got my paint tray. We're ready to go. So the way that we use this paint is we have to use water to make it activate. Now, we don't pour water on it because that would make a huge mess. The way that we do it is we take our brush and we'll get it wet in our water. And then when we pull our brush out of the cup, we always wipe on the side. So you never want to go bang and hit the brush because it splatters everywhere. Just pretend that your paintbrush is a little character, and that would give him an awful headache, wouldn't it? He has a beautiful hair, and it would give him a headache to smack him against the cup like that. So we don't do that. Get him wet, and then you can wipe him on the side just like that. That's the way to do it. Get it wet and then wipe it on the side. Now, let's think about what color we want to use first. Let's go ahead and paint a rainbow first. You can do what you want, but this is what I'm going to do. So I'm going to start with red. And I'm gonna go over to my red, and I have my wet brush, and I'm gonna go like this, and I'm gonna kind of just swirl my brush on top of the paint. Now, I'm not smashing it down as hard as I can and twisting it. If you do that, twist, 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 oh, it's gonna end up messing up the hair, and it'll make the brush, instead of coming to a nice point, it'll go bleh. Okay, so it's good practice to kind of go, just kind of dance along the paint. And if it seems like it's getting kind of dry, which it does to me, I'm gonna go back and get a little bit more water on my brush. And I'm gonna go over and just go 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5. Now I'm gonna try and paint with it and see what happens. Yeah. Got a nice big arch for my rainbow. I'm gonna get my brush wet again. If it seems like it's kind of dry, you might need to get a little bit more water, and then you just kind of go over here and you kind of dance your little paintbrush on there. I can paint over that line again so it's nice and bright. All right, so I'm gonna switch to orange next, but when I switch my color, I wanna make sure that I clean my brush so that there isn't a whole bunch of red on it. Otherwise it'll make all my colors turn all the same color. We wanna keep them all their own color. So I'm gonna take my brush, I'm gonna go over here, and I'm gonna swish it, and I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that might be pretty good, so I'm gonna wipe it on the side. Go over here, and I'm gonna kind of dance on my orange. Once you start painting, like when they're really dry, it takes a little while to get them to loosen up and start to work. But once you start painting, you're gonna notice that's gonna be easier and easier to get the paint because it'll sort of absorb some water and soften up, and then you can paint with it a little bit better. Okay, so I think I've danced along the paint pretty well. I'm gonna try and make another line. Yeah, that's pretty nice. If it seems like it's getting, see how dry that is? It's called dry brushing. Sometimes we like to use that when we're trying to paint like trees and things. We'll use a dry brush technique, but if I don't like that dry, I'm gonna dip my brush in the water, go back to my paint a little bit more, and then we'll try it a little bit more. There we go. Now I'm getting a smoother line because it's not too dry. All right. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5. So the order of our rainbow goes red, orange, yellow, green, blue, violet. So I have red, orange, yellow, green, blue, violet. So I'm gonna do yellow next. And I'm just got my brush wet, and I'm kind of dancing along it. Maybe I'll get it wet again real quick. Dance along the yellow paint with my water. And we'll try our next one. Nice. Now, if you started to go into your yellow and you think, why does my yellow look more orange? It could be that you didn't rinse your brush enough. So if you don't rinse your brush enough, it's gonna carry some of the paint to the next color. And sometimes if you do that too much, it'll kind of make all of the colors sort of all turn brown. And brown is a beautiful color. It's the color of tree trunks and of earth and of chocolate. But we wanna have all of our colors separate. So I'll show you how to make brown in a little bit here. It's important to know how to make brown. There we go. Got a green. So hopefully you're getting the idea. You have to get your brush wet, and then you go to your color, and you sort of dance along the color with your paintbrush. And ooh, I got a really vibrant blue. That's pretty. And now I'm gonna do my purple. I'm not sure what brushes you're gonna have in your kits. So if you have a bigger brush, You might have to make your rainbow a little bit bigger. You might just have to change your plan a little bit from what I'm doing, and that's okay. There we go. So now I've softened up all these paints, and they're gonna be a little bit easier to use next time, well, while I'm working, while they're still a little damp. I can go back over some of my lines, and that's pretty fun. So there's also white and black, and I haven't used those yet, but let's say that we want to lighten up a color. Sometimes you can get a little bit of white on your brush, and then if you add a little bit of white, it might lighten the color a little bit. So if you lighten red, it's gonna make pink. And if you lighten blue, it's gonna make a light blue. See, if I add some white here, it's gonna make it a little bit lighter, see that? Always rinsing my brush when I switch colors. There we go. So if we wanted to make, I'm gonna go ahead and grab another sheet of paper. Let's say that we wanna make a pine tree and we wanna have a brown trunk on the bottom. With this paint, normally what you could do is you could mix every color together and that'll make brown, but a quicker way to do it is to take black and orange and mix them together. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start with my orange, and I'm gonna put a little orange down on the paper for my trunk of my tree. And then I'm gonna just get a little bit of black and mix it on right on my paper. And that kind of makes, right now it's looking kind of, oh, there we go, now it's mixing. It's making a brown, see? For a second it looked kind of gray. I'm gonna get a little bit more orange on it. Orange and black make a really nice brown. Yeah, that's a beautiful brown for my pine tree I'm about to make. Perfect. So now I can use my green and start to paint my pine tree. Do you know what shape a pine tree is? It's like a big triangle. So if you want to, you can just start to paint a big triangle and fill it in. And you can make a nice big pine tree. Isn't that pretty? A pine tree in a snowy background. And if you want to make it a little bit more ruffly, like you can see all the little branches coming off, after you paint your triangle, you can start to add like little lines that come off either side of it. And that maybe makes it look a little bit more like a little pine tree. But you don't have to do that. It's a style choice. Some people like it to have the nice smooth lines, and some people like to have the pine branches kind of coming off the side. So it's up to you. Okay. Aside from that, I think it's really fun just to experiment with painting. So just remember, if you want to keep your colors nice and bright, to make sure you rinse your brush when you switch. If your water is getting kind of murky and muddy, you might need help to refill it so that it's nice and clean again. And if you accidentally make a mistake, so let's say that you are having so much fun painting and you accidentally kind of mix all of these colors together and they start to get all one color. See, they're kind of making this one sort of messy color, and then if I try to paint with it, they're all going to be the same. And if I want my bright orange, oh no, I don't have my bright orange anymore. It's kind of this muddy purple color, isn't it? So if I make a mistake, it's not a big deal. We can try to fix it. So you can ask your family if there is a rag or like a paper towel or something that you're allowed to use. And what you do is get it wet again, and then we can take our paper towel or rag and just kind of wipe it, and then it's nice and clean again. So if you accidentally muddy up your paint palette, you can kind of wipe it off and try again. And it doesn't matter if your paper plate gets messy, right? That's okay. It's meant to get messy. That's how art is. So have fun painting and enjoy the process. Should we try painting a sunrise or a sunset? I saw some pictures recently online that people shared of a beautiful sunrise in Sutton's Bay. So let's try that. We're gonna have our water on the bottom. So I'm gonna get some blue on my brush, and I'm gonna paint a line across for my blue water. Now, before I get any more paint on my brush, because So I have a really strong blue. If you have a strong blue like me, like that, you can grab your brush and just dip it in the water and then just smooth out and spread out the paint. You don't even have to get back into the paint. If your blue is really light though, like you didn't get enough paint on your brush, you can go ahead and get more. I'm not, because I feel like I already got a lot of blue on my paper. So there's our beautiful water in Sutton's Bay. And if you want to know a little trick, if you have a piece of paper towel that you're allowed to use, you can fold a piece of paper towel and you can, here I'm gonna fold it a couple times so it's kind of thick, a little rigid. And I see how I have this like edge right there. I can go like this, and while my paint is still kind of wet, sometimes you can kind of create these little illusions of lines. I'm gonna try and get it, I think it dried too much here. I'm gonna get it so it's nice and puddly and wet. And then I'm gonna go here. There we go, see that? And that way I can kind of make it look like a little bit of a wave. Or just how, you know, the water isn't always just one color, right? When you look out at the bay, there's usually lots of different colors in the water. So that way it's some darker areas and some lighter areas. If you don't have a paper towel to use, that's fine. What you could also do is just take the blue and kind of go back in certain areas so that you get that look of how the water's not all one blue. It kind of changes. Some areas where it's darker and areas where it's lighter. You could also mix in a little purple, some purple lines in there. So we got some purple lines going for our water. And now we need to talk about the sky. So if you want to do a sunrise or a sunset, you might want to, if you want the sun in there, you could paint the sun in there. Or sometimes it's really beautiful when the sun hasn't even quite gotten above the horizon. So if you want to make pink, because I think I want to make some pink for the sky, I need red and white. So you can mix it if you have like a scrap paper plate or something you want to mix on, you can, but I'm going to go ahead and just do it right on my painting. I'm going to get some white on my brush and I'm going to paint white up here, and while it's still wet, I'm going to put some red in too. So I'm going to grab a little bit of red. And there I go, I got this nice, beautiful, like pink. Get a little bit more red. And again, yours doesn't need to look like mine. Every sunset and every sunrise looks different from day to day. Same with our paintings. They're all gonna look different, and that's what makes them beautiful. You can just get ideas from mine. So see how I did pink, but then I sort of like left some white areas. And the reason I left those white areas is so I could put some other colors in there. Whoops, my brush wasn't quite clean. I don't want green in my sky, I want yellow in my sky. There must be too much blue in my water. It's making my yellow a little green. I might need to clean my water before I keep going here. Let's see how this looks. Oh, that looks yellow enough to me. So then I can just sort of sneak in some yellow in between all of those pink lines. And now I'm starting to make a really nice sunrise or sunset. I love sunrises. I know that sunsets are like more popular, I think, but I love sunrises. Maybe because I'm an early bird. I'm always up early. All right. And maybe you can sneak in a little bit of orange. Do some little lines of orange in there. Oh yeah, that's looking pretty nice. Okay. So there's your nice sunrise or sunset painting. And you can probably get creative and add some more stuff that I didn't think to add here. But have fun with this paint, have fun with your paper. If you have any recycling paper, like cardboard, try painting on that. See what it looks like. It might turn out pretty cool. Have fun and enjoy painting this week.